Hey Inspired Tribe, how's it going? It's John Nolan here, it's Kristin Nolan here, and welcome to the Inspired Daily Livestream. It's a pure positive stream of life. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. It's awesome to see you. We were live yesterday because it was a family holiday. It's a big holiday at the Nolan house. Our son Noah turned 17 yesterday. Thank you so much for all of y'all's birthday wishes. It was so inspiring to read all your comments. We really appreciate it. Noah really appreciates it, and we had a great day just hanging out, having fun, just celebrating life, celebrating this wonderful boy. Also, it's important that we start our live stream the way we're supposed to start it. You know what the mantra of this daily live stream is. It's we're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. So please comment in the live chat here. We're healthy, we're wealthy, we're whole, and we're free. And also today I thought I'm going to kick it up a little different. Some of you know that I'm an artist and songwriter, and I thought I'll play you my take on a few classics that I love and like, if you guys want me to. Hey you guys, so good. Thanks for tuning in. So you might recognize these songs. Again, they're awesome classics. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? Yes, and how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friends, is blowing in the wind. Yeah, the answer is blowing in the wind. Na 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 na. I'm starting with a man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, 'cause no message's ever been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, just look at yourself and then change. Be the change. Be the change. Na 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 na. I'm starting with a man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Welcome, Inspired Tribe. That was the intro for today. Maybe some of y'all know these songs. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Rosie, Heather, thanks y'all for tuning in. And hey Pandora, today hey everyone, today the motto is or the question is, are we living the dream? Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Well, there's Japan, Ohio Godaimasu in Japan. There's Diane. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. And the question for today is, are we living the dream? And as always, Christine and I took a walk this morning, and we picked up on the vibration that's out there. And I can just tell you this, walking, now we live in a beautiful neighborhood outside of Nashville. It's gorgeous, lots of parks, and we walk through the woods because basically our neighborhood is built around the woods. And it's green, it's beautiful. Spring's here, almost feels like summer. And the people are outside. The kids are learning to ride their bikes. Parents and kids are out there. It's coming alive. It's amazing to see how it's coming alive. So Christine and I talked this morning. We said, are we actually starting to live the dream? And it's I feel like it's, when you look at what's going on, of course, around us, it's almost a cynical question, but I don't believe it's a cynical question. I'm asking you guys, are you living your dream right now? What is it that you have manifested in this situation? Because we all have manifested this situation, right? As a collective, as a whole, as human beings, we have manifested this. Are you living your dream, and what have you manifested? What are you experiencing right now? What are you living? I'm really curious to hear that. Please let me know. Let us know in the comments, because that's the most important question. And then we're going to dive in a little deeper and see what else this entails. So let me see who's here. Canada's here, Tucson, Arizona, New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Arizona. You got a dog. Mike got a dog. That's awesome. We do have a dog. It's been with us for 10 years, and it's awesome. Heather says, mine is, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, wise, whole, happy, and free. Tennessee, there you go, fellow Tennesseans. And that's so beautiful to see. So what's happened is, here's my take on things. What's happened is, someone somewhere thought it's a good idea to push the fear and panic button, right? But the world hasn't gone into fear and panic mode. Not the way probably that this they expected it to happen, because I see people that are thriving, people that are having a good time. And I see people that are finally living their dreams. See, when you live a little bit outside of the city, then most people have kids, they have families, and they want to have a house where they can raise their kids with a yard, a little piece of land. They want to spend time with their families, but usually life is just so busy. You got to run, you got to do, you got to be active. That's the paradigm, right? You got to take action. And now all of a sudden, because everyone, almost everyone, has stopped taking action, now it's okay, and now everyone is actually living what they wanted to live all along, which is so beautiful to see. And I'm wondering if this is actually activating a lot of people's souls and hearts in a much more intense way than it was before. That's at least what I'm seeing. And another part of this is, I feel like we're moving into balance, because we've been taught this. I mean, Abraham teaches this, and all the spiritual teachers teach us that it's about vibration, not about action. That you create through thoughts and vibration, not through action. But have we believed it? Let's be honest. Have we believed it? Yes, to a certain extent. But we were desiring to create like that, to be true creators, but still we were out there running and taking action, and still partly or partially believing that it requires a lot of action. And now all of a sudden this part has been really slowed down. So action is not dominant right now, but vibration is. What do you experience in people? What do you see? What do you feel? I'm really curious to see what you're experiencing. This is what we're picking up around here. See, I live my dreams as I wanted this free time to rethink my life. I totally get it. I'm free. I'm love, clarity, optimal health, to present moment. You guys are amazing. You guys are vibrating so high. It's so beautiful to see that. And see, I assume that, let's just say we are not in the majority, okay? Let's just assume that. But what I see is people that don't have the words for it, which the words don't matter, they're living it, okay? So before all of this started, Kristin and I were taking our walks every day, and we probably would meet on average, I'd say maybe 4 to 5 people, okay? It's probably a 3 to 4 mile walk all in all, 4 to 5 people. Some days 2, some days 6. So let's say average 4 to 5. Now, it's probably 30 to 40 people, not counting the kids that we hear but can't see, which is a lot around the neighborhood. And people are outside, they're spending time with their plants, with their gardens, they're spending time with their kids. And you know what the interesting thing is? You don't hear a lot of crying. You don't hear a lot of, this aggressive yelling or screaming that a lot of times was going on, among the kids. It's a peaceful energy. It's such a peaceful, beautiful energy. Everyone's smiling, we're greeting each other, we're having a little bit, small talk chats. it's beautiful. It's just blossoming energy. So how are you guys experiencing this? I know that some of you might live in a city. It might be a little different, but I'm really curious to see how you're experiencing it. So as we told you before, we see this as probably the greatest opportunity that's been given to us. It's a gift, and some of you have probably listened to Abraham Now, which is Esther now tuning in 3 times a week, because of course they can't do the seminars, but they're still coming to you through this Abraham Now program that you check it out. The messages that are coming through are so aligned. We feel it exactly the same way, and they are basically, what they are saying is, the words fear and panic might be attached to this, but they don't really have to do anything with it. And from I just want to touch on this really quickly from a health standpoint. I have done some of the, or a lot of the research actually. I have listened to we have listened to doctors and experts, and we have listened to virologists and talked to them as well. And a little bit outside of the mainstream, it's pretty clear that we are not facing the health crisis that is being portrayed right now. In other words, a lot of the experts and doctors and scientists are saying basically, had we not labeled it, probably it would have gone almost unnoticed in the big scheme of things, just because there's always viruses going around. We have always different mutations every season, every winter. So I can't say that, from a scientific standpoint, I'm not a scientist. I can't say it is so or it is not so. But what I'm assuming is that these people, have nothing to sell, nothing to gain from spreading false information. So I just assume it's, to the best of their knowledge and their wisdom and their experience. So that's what I'm putting out here. And so, of course, as always, if people need upliftment, if people need assistance, if people need, then they are going to get it now, and also through us with raising the vibration generally, because if we raise the vibration, we raise the general well-being of the planet. And that's another thing that I want to touch on. Heather, thank you, beautifully put. Through all this madness and devastation, a new world, a new way of being is opening. That's beautifully put. Also, we wonder, Christine and I wonder, if this was simply, our collective desire put in action, because we have all realized as a species that the way we're treating each other, the planet, the plants, the animal, the biosphere, it just doesn't work anymore. It isn't sustainable anymore. We don't feel good doing that. So I wonder if this is probably a conspiracy of the universe, a beautiful conspiracy of the universe, just making us aware that there is another way. It works. We can make it work. We can adjust and change the rules the way we need it. And balance is a big part of this. And before this, I feel like we were as humans a lot of times out of balance. One thing that I'm noticing is that people are exercising a lot. So many people are running and riding their bikes, paying attention, or really taking good care of their bodies, which, now it's out in nature. That's awesome. I assume more people, just as you guys are commenting, are meditating, are going on the inside, are connecting with their inner being, their higher self, with God, with Source. So I really, really see these wonderful things unfolding. Again, let me know how it's for you. Rosie said it's a herd mentality creates panic. See, years ago, I started looking at the mainstream media and the numbers, and I started realizing, if you look at the numbers, people are watching less and less of that. They're consuming less and less of that. So this herd panic really is just something that they're pretending is there. I don't really know that it is there. I haven't seen any of it, not even a little bit, not through communication with my family around the planet, friends around the planet, not through my, what we see and hear around us. We have seen zero panic, zero fear. Even the elderly people that are, just walking around us, just, taking the long way around us, which I totally understand, no panic. Smiles, friendly conversations, no panic and fear. So I wonder if the panic and fear is simply just being produced in the newsrooms and nowhere else. What are you guys experiencing? Nice and peaceful. I think SM says, I think your dream should help other people, not only you. So I believe that when we live our purpose, and our purpose is always divinely inspired, is always divinely guided, when we live our purpose, we live our dream, and the purpose dream can never be harmful to others. That's just my belief. If we do that, we mix up our ego wants with that. That's what creates the hostility. That's what creates what's negative about stuff. But again, I feel the balance is coming back. It's definitely coming back. Even more so, we're calibrating more to balance these days in our own family, in our own environment, even more. And to be honest, I just told Christine I'd just love to pull up a chair and sit in the middle of the neighborhood and just observe. Because for the first time in a long time, observing feels really, really good. So what if you said what I know what you have manifested for yourself, but what are you manifesting going forward? What are your are you ready to have your dream literally explode and accelerate in a manner that you have never experienced before? Because this is what we have, and we might do in the following days. We might do a session with UC, our friends from the other side, and have them speak directly to you. But that's what we picked up in the last conversation and they said that all of our all of our intentions, all of our desires, all of our dreams are going to be unfolding now in a more amazing, unexpected, and explosive way more than ever. Things are accelerating faster. It's going to be in ways that we couldn't have even imagined, because we're living through times that none of us have imagined that way. None of us have imagined this kind of general worldwide, what might we call it? Slowing down. A slowdown, exactly. It's a general slowdown. And exactly, Heather, yes, I agree completely. When you do harm to one, you're doing harm to other. Are we ready? SM says, are we ready? Well, each and everyone is going to have to answer that question for themselves. And I believe, I know I'm certainly ready. Also, for the first time, I feel like in human history, we're taking care of each other in the grandest way I've ever seen. And no matter where you are, what you believe politically, it doesn't really matter to me. Again, if you have been with us for a while, there are no isms. We don't really participate in the political system per se. We love great ideas. We love to co-create. We love to be a part of the solution. Definitely not in political games. But if you look at that, basically, all the governments have, stepped in and doing their version of making sure that people are not hurting financially. And I know some are going to, but again, not to be harsh or not to be dismissive of that, but we all have our vibration. So I believe even if you fall through the cracks, even if whatever check is going to be sent out does not reach you, if you vibrate at the rate of abundance, then money and all the means are going to find you in another way. Like always, the rules haven't changed. The rules of the universe haven't changed. Yeah, that is exciting. It's so good to see that we're having this co-creative energy here. Also, another thing, and I touched on this earlier, is really I want to go a little deeper into action versus non-action. It's a vibration. It's a vibrational universe, and our society has played the action game for so long. And even if you watch all the great movies about the great entrepreneurs, about the great athletes, 90% of those movies basically say you gotta work so hard and basically ignore everything around you, and you gotta sacrifice so much, and then eventually you're gonna reach, you're gonna be acknowledged, you're gonna be admired, and you're gonna have success. And I feel like that was the old paradigm. I was part of that paradigm. I was an athlete. I was doing exactly that. I was never satisfied. The the juice was never worth the squeeze, let me put it that way, because I wasn't calibrated to beauty, enjoying life. I wasn't calibrated to the moment. It was always just this chase that I never seemed to arrive in a moment where I am. I was always doing. And so this paradigm has literally disappeared overnight now. And I don't believe we're going to return to it. There might be people are going to try to go back to normal. I don't think that's going to work, because what's over, it's over, and what's done is done. You can never go back. You can always go forward. So I think what we're going to see is this is the great time of calibration for humans around the world. A great time for humans to get in touch with themselves, for creating new intentions, for creating new desires, for creating new dreams, and for understanding that the allowing part is now the only thing that works, because there is nothing else. It's just allowing, right? There is nowhere to go. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be. Now, again, if you're in one of those professions that is working out there, then of course you're experiencing it from both sides right now. Some of us are experiencing it more from the general population side right now, where it's calmed down really. But I believe it's alignment, it's vibration, it's alignment, it's allowing, and then the beauty will be to take the inspired action from that new state. That will be so much fun, and it will truly be about the fun of taking the action, not about the action being the manipulative factor of how to get things done. We've done it over and over. We've manipulated reality. We've manipulated people, circumstances to get what we desire. And we were so exhausted at the end of that game that we couldn't even enjoy it. And now it's a time for the true creation in the infinite field of infinite possibilities. Align with that. Align with your desire, your dreams. And let your intention lead you every step of the way. I can, it's so beautiful. This new and actually original form of creation is truly what I think this time is all about. Wide Awake says, my stepdad is still stuck. So here's the thing also. That's going to be the case for it's going to be the case for people, some people, to be stuck in that old paradigm. And you can love them. You can love them unconditionally. It doesn't mean that you have to put your attention and energy there. And I'll be completely open and honest. Over the past days, I have, myself tried to reason with people that are completely on the fear spectrum of things, and just realize that you can't make someone shift. There's got to be this aha moment. There's got to be a moment of realization. There's got to be this experience that you have. And once you have it, you don't go back. You know who you are, you know what you desire, and you know how it works. And if you try to go back, it hurts. It hurts physically, it hurts spiritually, it hurts in every bone of your body, because you can't go back. Once you know the truth, you can't go back to the non-truth. It feels awful, and I don't recommend it. And the more you allow yourself to expand in this truth and this new paradigm, the more you will experience beauty and unprecedented surprises. I mean, you're opening the doors to how life really works. CV says, sometimes I hear myself say, I want to go home. I think I do know what you mean. Drew says, sorry he's late. An amazing experience, scary, but he's a different being today. Now, Drew, you know how to make us curious. So, Drew, would you like to share what happened in a way that fits the life chat format of this, if that's possible? Drew is one of our most active co-creators on this channel. Always amazing stories, amazing comments that we enjoy. He says it would take really long, maybe in comments. Well, good. I'm taking a moment of silence on purpose here. What is it that you want? What is it that you really, 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 really desire? What is it that makes you so excited when you think about it? Uplifts you so much, so much, so much, that every fiber of your body is vibrating at such a rate that you don't know if you're gonna even, if you can hold it in. That's the power of your dream. That's the true power of your dream. And there has never, ever been a better time than right now. It's like the ground is fertilized. It's all there. It's irrigated. The conditions are perfect, okay? I remember when I was an athlete, I was an alpine skier. I would do downhill skiing, which means pretty much, going down an icy slope, 70, 80 miles an hour, okay? That's what I love to do. And I remember those mornings when the conditions were perfect. The sun was out, the sky was blue, the snow was packed and it was icy. It was perfect. And I was up there in the start gate, and it was just me and the universe, and we just became one in this experience. It was pure being. It wasn't about the action of riding down a hill. It was pure being. That's how perfect the conditions are right now for your dream. There's no holding back. And now you don't need to run out, convince someone, make it happen. Expand that dream from where you are vibrationally. Okay? Go beyond any limitation that you've ever believed were there. Go into deep meditation. Expand through the whole universe. This is it. This is the time. Okay? This is the time to live your dream. And you will see in a very short period of time that we will see miraculous things around the planet because of the time that people have to find out who they truly are and to release that power. It's going to be amazing. It already is, and it's going to be even amazinger. Okay? Amazinger. Let's put that on a shirt. Amazinger. Love that word. Speaking of which, Inspired Tribe. If you feel aligned, and if you want to, like Christine, she's pretty much wearing this every day. Not this one, but different ones. This is the Everything is Always Working Out for Me hoodie. Now it's probably getting warm, so you might get a tank top or a shirt. People are loving these. They're sending us pictures all the time. So if you get one, the merch store is down beneath. If you get one, please send us a picture. We'd love to see you in the inspired merch. Christine saying, I need to read the comments. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm going to scroll up for a little bit. Okay, so I have to scroll back to see what you all said. Lori says, to not leave my husband behind. I believe I didn't pick up. Let me try to not leave my husband behind. I don't think that particular focus is going to work that way. I believe whatever's going on there, if you shine, people love to shine too. In general words, people love whatever vibrates and shines, and they're going to do everything in their power to shine too. Maybe not at first, but definitely in the long run. Um, then my dream is to give people the opportunity to live in good quality life by helping them in their financial matters. I'm an accountant. There you go. I believe that you're going to expand further and further in what you do. People are going to, there's going to be great ideas, great new businesses, great new, entrepreneurs, adventures in new ways. And so you're going to be definitely needed. Pandora says she's afraid that people will want to go back to normal, but she or he wouldn't. So what? What if some people try to recreate the old normal? Some people live in the past, have always lived in the past. Do you have those friends that whenever you meet them, all they do is talk about the old times, the good old days? That's basically all they do. So what? I mean, what does it matter if some people want to live in the old paradigm? See, if we go a little deeper into this matter, what truly happens here is a dimensional shift. So people that are in a lower vibration and that are living the old paradigm are going to stay behind in a different dimension, and you're going to move in a new dimension. Now, this is quantum physics, really, and this is what's happening all the time, but now it's happening on a mass scale. Now it's pretty much the ascension process that everyone has been talking about for so long. And now we have this event that everyone's kind of been waiting on for so long. And I don't like the word waiting, but just for the argument's sake here. So what is happening is you are transitioning into a new dimension, and whoever is aligned at that same vibrational rate will be there with you. There's nothing to fear. This is what's been going on for eons since the beginning of time. Drew says, I want to help after last night. I just want to help any way I can. If that's your inspiration, Drew, that's exactly how we feel anyway. So Rosie, I will talk about this. Being a chef delivering my service to NYC, appreciate is a completely different vibration today. Appreciation is that in a good or bad way, or is that people appreciate it more than ever? JA, I'd love to know that. Yes, Renda Marie, totally agree. No more normal. Well, there's going to be a new normal. Drew says, from what I got last night, John, this virus isn't from Earth, and nothing to do with I'm good, thank you, and nothing to do with other coronas. It's brand new. That's what's causing the cells to overreact. So again, that's something that we, if you pick that up, I believe it. What I've picked up is that if we don't fear anything, as always, it doesn't really resonate with us. That's just how it is. That's what balance is. And in my life, as the more I believed in fear growing up, the more problems I had, injuries, illnesses. Probably nearly died when I was 18. And the way I transformed and we transformed, and Kristin has given me such a different perspective when we met as well, that I did not allow myself earlier to have that perspective. And all of a sudden, I did not go to doctors anymore. I didn't feel the need to take drugs, or prescription drugs and stuff like that. And the truth is that pretty much 365 days out of the year, I feel healthy and wealthy and whole and free. Yes, maybe a minor cold once a year, stuff like that. But for the most part, I feel really, 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 really good. And I always felt it's a decision. It's not a destiny that, is pre-written. Let me put it that way. So Drew says he's feeling much better now. He had a fear or a panic moment. Um, for those of you, that's kind of gonna. I want to close this with this perspective here. What if? What if 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks ago, if we went back and no one had brought this topic up, and all that would have happened is some people would have gotten sick like every year, and some people wouldn't. What if no one would have talked about Corona? What if no one would have called it a pandemic? What if no one would have gone crazy about it? Do you believe that we would have these discussions about a virus? We probably wouldn't. But do you believe we would have created such a strong momentum for this shift either? No, probably not. So, can we allow ourselves to take something that has its origin in something that we consider negative, a virus that's had it, the panic, the whole shutdown or slowdown has its origin there, but can we allow ourselves to be fully grateful for the opportunity to create something new? Because that's the question. Do you allow yourself to be fully blooming, thriving, blossoming, not feeling guilty about it? That's what the question is. If you can allow yourself to do that and live your dream, not feeling guilty, not questioning the circumstances. It's out of your control. The circumstances, how the universe brings it about, was never up to you. It never was up to you. That was the struggle. We wanted to know how it was going to happen. We wanted to plan how it's going to happen. That's why we were hurting, screaming and kicking and crying. Why is it not happening? Because we wanted to control the house rather than the who we are, the how we feel. That's what we can control. And we do create what we desire, but not the how we're getting there, okay? So let's embrace this moment even more than we're doing right now. Let's live this moment with even greater passion and love and co-creation. And let's thrive and rise to a level we've never risen before. Are you with me? Are you with me? Inspired Tribe, are you with me? So, Rosie asked earlier how these live streams are working. We're pretty straightforward. It's every day for the foreseeable future at 2 p.m. Central Standard. We're doing this live stream. We're picking up on a daily vibration, talking about what's going on, talking to you, asking or answering your question, and basically co-creating this. On days like yesterday, which is almost a national holiday for us, was our son's birthday. We don't do live streams, and that we will announce that, but basically every day at 2 p.m. right here in the Inspired channel. Please feel free to share it with your friends. You can see that we're building up momentum. There's no real script. We have some topics that we want to jump on. We have a general vibration that we pick up, but it's about co-creating, and it's about you and us raising this vibration to the highest possible level. So when we get off this live stream, we feel every cell in our body vibrating, and we feel a white bright light in our bodies, and we feel invincible, and we feel that we have just created something amazing new, and our vortex is exploding with new amazing things. That's how we want to feel when we live this live stream today. Inspired Tribe, thanks for tuning in. We love you too, and thank you. I'll let Noah know. You guys are amazing, truly amazing. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts, and we're wishing you all an inspired rest of your day.